Minecraft is a game founded upon two core game mechanics: breaking and placing blocks. What happens when one of those mechanics is removed?
I used my ender pearl by accident and clicked the button. Yeah, but I will make another shovel, in all seriousness. I'm very annoyed at myself, in case you can't tell. That's a weird noise to make. Sad. Oh well. I can't have everything. At least I didn't throw it somewhere where it killed me. Look on the bright side. I'm trying to see the bright side, but I still feel like I want to rage at myself. Orphu, 3/8 of 24, we established this. It's 21 coal. That should last us a while. By a while, I mean it should last us that. And then there's still 5 left. That's a whole stack of torches more, though, so we should be good. Is there anything else I can chuck in our chicken farm we never use? I don't want to throw away the glowstone, it's special. Useless, but special. 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 Alright, I'm making a shovel, another iron one's probably good enough. I could use one of those diamonds, but I might possibly stumble across some diamonds somehow. I don't know why, because I'm really doing not stuff where I'm at diamond places. Let's get these torches in a sensible place. Arrows, again we can scan that guy some more, or alternatively not. The chickens, they're an option. We've already got 11 flint from the other guy. Again, we could have just not done the emeralds and used those same gravel ourselves repeatedly until they turned into flint, but I'm happy with paying 1 emerald to have the guy do it for me and make it faster. Alright, see if I can miss this, eh? Said A like I'm a blinking Canadian or something. So, that's the west direction sun, right? I don't think it is. Yes, it is. Sun's going that way. Okay. It just looked like it was going the other way because the clouds are also going that way and they were doing it faster. So yeah, it's afternoon, which is good. Why am I looking around like I'm likely to see an Enderman? It's blinking, broad blinking daylight. Ooh, world holes. Now, I know it was cheaty to find a stronghold with them, but looking for Enderman is perfectly acceptable, right? I said that kind of weird. I'm doing that accent again. Last time I did a voice a bit like this, I threw an ender pearl and it was the dumbest thing ever. Oh, it's a spider. I was like, woohoo, there's one! But no, that's a spider. I'm going to stab it anyway, get some string I can buy more arrows with. I can sell it to Mr. Flatulence. I wish I could use name tags. I mean, yeah, I can't name them. Like, maybe I should make a rule where I'm allowed. What they should do is they should add anvil carts. So it's like an anvil in a mine cart. Solely for for a few reasons. Primarily so that I can use anvils to name tags for things and no place for blocks. I need to find the name tags, I guess, which I haven't found any so far. I guess I could have explored the Nether Fortress a bit more for that. Wait. They don't have... Do they have name tag? I don't know. Or I could fish, but again, that's boring. And not a very effective way of doing anything unless you have like a machine that makes it easier or faster or whatever. But yeah, for some reason they should... yeah, naming things should become a reality, I think, for no place blocks. I mean, I could, you know, if they were kind enough to add an anvil cart, maybe I could make an exception where an anvil is a block you're allowed to place one of, as possibly. Although that would also have other game-changing things like enchanted books you find in chests you could then apply, which might not be a bad thing. And again, if it's only one anvil, once, you know, once it breaks, that's it, and you can't move it. It would have to go with the other stuff. So yeah, the enchanting with books would be one thing you could do with it that it would allow. But you have to decide whether that's game breaking or if it's like, you know, the whole principle is to not have access to these things. Although originally it wasn't. Originally when I first thought of the first thought of the challenge, it was, you know, you could place any such blocks. You had to break a block first, so it's like you just equal trading it in the one spot, so you can't use it to place walls or anything. But then I realized, well, that's kind of, you know, reducing a lot of the downsides of no place for blocks. So it's kind of nice that we actually do have all these other things you can't do. So just say, I mean, obviously you still can't use the enchanting table. You have to make do with books you can find or get from villagers, which would be nice because it would add another mechanic for villagers. They're already kind of helpful, as we've seen. So I don't know if I'm wholly against that idea, other than the fact that it is involved in placing a block. And it feels kind of cheap to just say, oh, I can do it for this, but not for anything else. Like, what's the reasoning behind being able to do it for that, but not for anything else? What's so special about doing this that it should have an exception that's not special about anything else? Obviously, the workbench and the furnace have their special exceptions, but I mean that, even in itself, as we've seen, you can find them in villages. So that's just a shortcut. If you're having trouble finding in a village, you can just do that instead. That's not because it wants to allow you something, allows you to do things in the game. So I don't know about that, whereas an anvil would allow you things that otherwise not possible. The workbench and furnace things just allows you to do things without having to spend your entire game for ages looking for a village that is successful. Which, as we saw this time, didn't work out for us. And it does have its own advantages, like, you know, we were able to put the thing down in our mine so we didn't have to go so far down. I can see one of the guys we want to molest. Must get to the hidey hole. Oh, he's coming. No, I was just thinking to myself, do I want to make it legal to replace the Ender Pearl I derp lost? But no, I derp lost that. If it had been some weird glitch that had caused me to lose it, that'd be understandable, but I derpily threw it myself, my own volition. So it's not really fair. Or, you know, to make it, obviously we're going to spawn some in anyway, to just make, we only have to spawn 2 because of that. Or, you know, you could even say because of the Eye of Ender we lost. But again, we lost that fair and square, really. I mean, we didn't see where it went. We don't know whether... I'm not sure. That's just what Eyes of Ender do. So you can't really say that was unfair, because it was behaving as expected. Or as intended. Or maybe not quite as intended. I don't know if you're supposed... Because they're normally supposed to float to the ground and just sit there. Or, you know... I don't know, maybe it did just do the poof thing, but... Generally you see the particles and stuff. Or you'd want to see that when that happens. To set your heart at ease. In any case, I'm not going to cheat to compensate for any such things. The only thing that I'm cheating for are the things previously allowed, which are cheating in the other things. The additional pearls we need. And again, I might revise it, depending on how this goes. If I find this was too tedious to get all 4 ender pearls, or 3, 4, I mean, I've got 5 total by the time I get that many, but you know what I mean. I might revise it and say that even 3 was a bit too much for us. It's probably more fair and still as much of a challenge to only get 1 or 2. I might reduce the thing. But for this round of the challenge, I'm doing it the way I wrote it. Obviously, I've never tested it before, as I said. The furthest I've gotten before was into the nether, and a blaze killed me before I was successful, like I was this time. I've got to remember, I'm still a vulnerable man. I might need to replace my helmet soon. I can't just go around stabbing skeletons willy-nilly. I need to take care. There's one with an enchanted bow over yonder. You know what I should do? I should eat food so I can actually heal up between encounters. tip for hunting skeletons. Well, first of all, don't die. Oh, no, don't die. Don't die. But yes, when you go to stab them, if you specifically, if you're sprinting at them, which is a good idea because you get there quicker with less shots in your face. Wow, I look like a Lincoln porcupine, or a echidna would be more appropriate. Well, I don't know. Either way, the problem with comparing someone to a porcupine or a pincushion, or well, no, pincushion's okay, but you know, when a porcupine or whatever. Yeah, on such animals, the spikes are on the outside edge, not the inside edge. The sharp parts. Or the sharp end. But yes, yeah, sprinting. It's definitely a sprint to get there quickly, but try and take your finger off the forward's W key before you actually get there so that you don't just knock them back out of range. There's 3 of them. I'm not going to stab all 3 of those again. But I do want to try and get that guy who was enchanted if he's still around. I don't think he is, though. He appears to have despawned. And yeah, obviously, as usual, keep jumping so you get the crits. But yeah, we do that. Release W. Right before you stab. Otherwise that happens, and now he's far away from me. Luckily, we still got him. Wish I could say the same about the Endermen. You ain't got none of them. How many arrows I got? 64 plus 33 so far. I want to get lots. I mean, you think about how many... Obviously, I'm not, like, how... I should finish saying one thing before starting to say the next thing. I'm trying to talk as fast as I think, and it just doesn't happen because I'm a super genius and I think really fast. Right, totally. But yes, what was I saying? The number of arrows I'm using... I was comparing it to the amount I use blaze hunting, but that's really a different comparison because the only things in the end I'll be shooting are... Or no, I'll shoot the ender crystals. Yeah, I'm going to shoot them. Stay away from Mr. Flatulence, you guys. I'll shoot the ender crystals and the dragon. Yeah, ender crystals and the dragon will be shot by me. The endermen I won't shoot because, for one, I don't want to have to engage them if I don't, and shooting them is unhelpful because they just like, missed me. And I can't just, you know, point blank and say dodge this, because that doesn't work on them. Oh, there's one. See, now I'm getting cocky. I'm not even preparing a shelter for them. Oh, uh-oh. Why don't they drop more? If I could get a looting sword. I was going to say a villager could make that a reality. Possibly. Do they sell weapons with enchantments on them or just books? Or, no, some of them like, will enchant weapons for you, I think. In any case, that requires a cleric. And that would require me to be able to breed some guys. Which would require, first of all, 2 guys to be in the same building. And second of all, I don't know if there's enough doors in the village to make them have babies. And guess what, folks? There's no way of adding new doors to the village because this is no place for blocks. In case you haven't figured that out by now. Okay, I'm getting cocky. That guy did drop a bow. It wasn't enchanted. All I want to kill is the spider, really. Just for more string to sell to Mr. Flatulence. His name went from John Fletcher to Mr. Flatulence. That's a bit of a downgrade, I'd say. Mr. and Mrs. Flatulence. Who'd want to marry a guy like that? I'm pretty sure she threw a poison potion and it went right over my head. How legend am I at witch hunting? I gotta say. I don't know, if I do play a UHC, I don't know quite what I'll do. Like whether I'll just go, yeah, I know all about witches. Because I bet you if I did it then, I would have trouble. Also, it does depend on the lagginess of the server that we end up playing on, if we do that. So, it's flipping nearly day again. I only killed like 2 or 3 Endermen, and none of them dropped a thing. This is the most stupidly annoying, grindy part of the game. Maybe I should make it you only need to put one in. Again, as I said, I want to test it out fully with the rules I originally stated, so that the rules are that before I make adjustments. Maybe this wouldn't be... I'm trying to think of ways that wouldn't be so bad. If, like I was thinking, just multiplayer, but I don't think... How's that going to affect? What are you going to do? Spread out and have more guys spawn? Maybe you could do a concentrated spawning where if you send a bunch of guys off into various chunks that don't have any spawning spaces, like deep oceans, put them up in the sky, whatever, you get more mobs spawning. That's true, but that's a bit inconvenient way to do. And a bit inconvenient way of using your friends. Like, hey, come and help me do this challenge. You just go up there and sit there. You're not doing anything. Well, I got a bunch of string. If I can only get 2 more, I can sell 2 lots and get 2 lots more arrows to Mr. Flatulence. Well, I could get to the point where I cut out recordings, like, so that you guys don't have to watch through all the day. But I still have to, and I'd rather not. What else could I do? I could go mining, try and get some more diamonds. It's probably a bad idea, because I'll end up dying. There's our little pet man, or whatever he is. Did he not drop anything at all? Wow, what a loser. We could, like, dig out a massive slice of the world so we can hunt Enderman by day. Or, you know, go caving, see if we can find some down in the caves. That could happen. We explored out the caves that were... whatever, that were under here, right? I think we did. This one in around here, there, wherever it is. There. I think we fully tapped that out, so it didn't go very far. This one, is that connected? It is connected, but I don't... Oh, it looks like we did. Where does this go, actually? Oh, it looks like we've been down there too. Again, though, if we can find somewhere we've not been, get a few more diamonds, that would be helpful. Diamond armor would be useful to us. A little bit more coal will come in handy. I don't have another stack of torches. I mean... So, I don't know, can I continue to find ways to make this interesting? And I'll draw it on the series and I'll be able to go longer with and say more videos. So think about that. I could cut and make it more interesting. Or I could provide more stuff for you to watch that's not interesting, that no one wants to see. When you put it that way. Oh dear. But again, if I can make this stuff interesting, I mean, if the whole challenge is going to be interesting, it's got to be something you like about the way I play, or the way I do things, or the way I think, or the way I talk stupidly and fast to myself and don't even think about what I'm saying and then realize I said something terrible. Where was I going with that thought? So, in theory, you might enjoy seeing more of it, even if I'm not really achieving much. Possibly. There's another witch! I'm finding so many witches, and only once have I actually been hurt by one. Again, that once, though, if it was a UHC, that once would have been the end of all I hold dear. I said that we hold dear. Instead of hold dear. The other thing, I could make milk buckets. But milk... I've generally found with poison, like cave spiders, it was originally useful for, because before witches, but, you know, even witches. Milk is a thing you think about. A cave spider bit me. I'm poisoned. Let's drink my milk. Woo! I'm cured of poison. Oh, look, he bit me again. That kind of thing. Kind of, wow, this is an awesome looking cave, I gotta say. This would be cool if it goes down to where the portal is. But it doesn't, because the portal's over that other place. There's more gold. That was the thing I did suggest. More gold could be useful to me. It could become useful to me, or whatever. If we can do the apple thing. we need a heck of a lot of gold. But again, in between looking at the surface for Endermen at night, and I could go mining by day and miner by night. Miner by day, Enderman killer by night kind of thing, where I mine by day and kill Endermen by night. Obviously I'd have to keep track of the time, which is gold to do that. If I do get a notch apple, that could be helpful when it comes to the Ender Dragon fight. Just a little bit. I mean, it's not super helpful for that sort of thing. It's useful for when you're expecting to take a lot of damage. And I'm not. Okay, it'll take some. It'll help. Again, it's 5 minutes, the full resistance, the regen / near invulnerability. For all practical purposes, you're invulnerable. At the start, that's useful. There's a mob convention in that cave I need to be careful of.